Antoinette sat in her car staring at the steering wheel, feeling the weight of her struggles. She was in the midst of a devastating divorce from her husband of 33 years, who had left her for another woman. The betrayal had shaken her to the core, leaving her to question her worth and her future. On top of that, she was about to have her car repossessed due to mounting financial struggles. The pressure was overwhelming, and Antoinette battled thoughts of ending it. That morning, Antoinette prayed for strength, seeking solace in her faith. Unbeknownst to her, her faith would become pivotal in just a few hours. Her journey of faith and resilience begins as she steps out of the car with renewed hope. Shortly after she arrived at work as the school's bookkeeper, the ordinary day turned into a nightmare. Brian, a 20-year-old man with a history of mental illness, entered the school with a weapon and hundreds of rounds of ammunition. His intention was clear. He was prepared for carnage. The school went into lockdown. Teachers barricaded classrooms, hiding terrified students while administrators frantically called 911. In the front office, Antoinette found herself alone with Brian. As fear gripped her, Antoinette turned to her faith for guidance. "God be with me," she silently prayed. Brian pointed his weapon at her multiple times, demanding she call a news station to broadcast his intentions. Summoning every ounce of courage, she began to speak softly to him. "You don't have to do this," she said, her voice steady but gentle. "I know life is hard. I've been there too." Brian's eyes flickered with confusion. "You don't understand. No one cares about me," he spat, gripping the rifle tighter. Antoinette didn't flinch. "I do, and so does God. You're not alone, even if it feels that way." She shared her own struggles, the heartbreak of divorce, the loneliness of raising children on her own, the financial burdens that seemed insurmountable. She even confessed how, just that morning, she had felt like giving up. Her honesty and vulnerability began to chip away at Brian's anger. For the first time, someone wasn't treating him like a monster, but as a broken person in need of help. As their conversation continued, Antoinette assured Brian that it wasn't too late to turn his life around. "You have a chance right now to make a different choice," she told him. "We all go through storms, but they don't last forever. Let's walk out of here together. Let me help you." Brian started to weep. His hands shook as he placed his weapon down on the desk. "I don't want to hurt anyone," he said, his voice breaking. Antoinette called 911 and explained the situation. Calmly, she coordinated with the dispatcher, ensuring Michael stayed calm until the police arrived. True to her word, she walked out of the school with him, hand in hand, as law enforcement took him into custody. Antoinette's courage saved hundreds of lives that day. Her empathy and reliance on her faith transformed a potential tragedy into a story of redemption and grace. Reflecting on the ordeal, she said, "God used me in that moment. Everything I went through in my life led me to that day. I realized that even when I thought I was at my lowest, He was preparing me to be a light in someone else's darkness." Antoinette often shares this verse to describe the strength she drew on that day. "Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me." Psalm 23:4. Antoinette's story is a powerful reminder that faith, courage, and compassion can make a difference, even in the darkest moments. If this story inspired you, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more uplifting stories of faith and resilience.